What's up, everybody? This is Baltimore Flavor Radio. Your man, Mr. Antoine, my girl, A. Michelle, J. McGraw. We are coming at you live from the Living Well for the first quarter in the pocket, Baltimore Ceasefire edition, being put on by the Bangladesh Project. We got a lot of performances going on tonight, but most importantly, we are here in the name of peace and ceasefire in Baltimore City. We got some dope interviews coming up for you guys tonight. That's it.
Yo, look, we bring the flavor, these other stations, we even phases. We on the team and we made it back by the scene who made us. Sparking the cadence, we are the innovators. They actually on the radio, Baltimore flavor. Support the locals, the artists who in the trenches. Winners, fourth in the sentence, we rise, scorching pretenders. Ain't no question, ain't no testing, we manifesting this destiny. Whether we on the mic or the street, sharpening weaponry. We hands on, standing tall with the activists. We Baltimore to the core, city and back with us. Support the real, whether they pro or they amateur. Long as it's positivity, we gon' be hand in hand with them. We man to man with it, changing the climate. Uplifting people or the struggle, they labeled defiant. Raising the youth to see the light when it's dark. To see the beauty in art, to use their brain and their heart. The speed of culture. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. The Baltimore flavor in your ear. We kicking new flavor in your ear.
And right now, we are coming to you with our first guest of the night. He goes by the name of Matty P. Welcome first and foremost to Baltimore Flavor Radio.
Thank you, brother. Happy to be here.
Okay, so you know that this is a Baltimore Ceasefire weekend, and we're here at In the Pocket. Give us a little bit about why you're here tonight.
I'm here because I was invited by Bangla first and foremost, and I wanted to be a part of, I have been since the beginning, part of the ceasefire and all the movements that were going on around it. So I wanted to come and hear some great music, listen to some great folks speak about what they're doing in the community, as well as talk about what I'm doing just to help make Baltimore a better and safer place all around.
Okay, so talk a little bit about what it is that you're doing in the community.
What I do, I am the founder of the Facebook group Black Fathers. It's 30,000 members worldwide, and our #1 city is actually Baltimore, so we have almost 3,000 members in Baltimore City, which definitely could be a lot more, but I'm very happy with 3,000 members. And every so often, not necessarily on a regular schedule, but as it occurs, we do outings. We had one today, social outings, where we get fathers and families together to come together, meet each other, those who don't know each other, and socialize with one another and also with their children. So that's one of the most important things, is bringing the children out and having them not only be around each other, but be around strong black men and show that we out here in the community, we love our children.
Absolutely. Salute to you with that, man. So this is the third round, so to speak, of the Baltimore Ceasefire movement. Talk a little bit about what the ceasefire movement means to you, what this city means to you as we continue to take these steps to try to get back to a violent-free city.
So #1, what the city means to me is home. It means love. It's where I'm from and where I've always been and where I plan to stay. So that's first and foremost, and where I'm raising my children more importantly than anything else. So the ceasefire is important because, for me, I have children that are growing up in this city, and I want them to survive and thrive. Not only survive, but I want them to thrive and do well. So hearing about this violence every day is scary, being a father, especially being a black man and understanding what's going on. I could be taken at any time, or even my children when they're walking down the street. So it's important to create an environment where they can be safe. And then not only them, I can't be selfish and only worry about my children. I'm worried about everybody's child, especially being an educator. There's so many children whose lives I touch every day. So I want them all to grow up in a better Baltimore.
It's great that you talked about that, because I'm a father of two that I've raised right here in Baltimore City, and being born and raised here myself, like I said when I talked earlier, I know what this city used to be when I was coming up, and I'm probably a little older than you because I'm 48, but I have an idea of what this city used to be and what it takes to get it back to that point where we are a community. We hear so much that cliche about it takes a village, and somewhere along the way we lost that village. So it's great that guys like you and people that you're working with are just working to try to bring that village feeling back. So just let people know how they can contact you, how they can keep in touch with your movement and everything that you have going on.
So #1, you can reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, Matt Presbury on Facebook, and the group is Black Fathers. So if you are a black man and with children, please join the group Black Fathers. We also have Black Fathers and Company, which is an open group that's for anyone who wants to join. So it's not not just for men. We have one group that's solely for men. That's really so we have a space of our own. But then there's one also open because we want to show the world what we're doing, and that's one way that we can really make a change is by showing everybody that we out here. We love our children and we doing what we do. So Black Fathers and Company, and Black Fathers and Company also on Instagram.
Want to join that group right now?
Welcome
man.
as always to Baltimore.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. Y'all know I love y'all so much.
Absolutely, we love you too. So we are getting close to about 48 hours into the weekend. How's it been going so far?
So, can I take the mic? I'm going to take the mic now. So, it's been lovely. It's been absolutely lovely. Baltimore is showing up, is showing out. People are playing all kinds of life-affirming events. We are pushing 48 hours with no murder in Baltimore City and on track to achieve 72 hours with no murder in Baltimore City.
And you mentioned earlier that now we have already gone beyond the 41 or so hours from the initial. So how does that feel to just know that you can see the progress?
So we knew that Baltimore could do it. It wasn't a matter of whether or not Baltimore could do it. It's like reminding Baltimore that they can do it. So once we were reminded, wait a minute, we can actually do whatever we put our minds to. We put our minds to it, so it was only natural that we followed through and then did it.
She really looked like she want to kick some butt.
You know I done. So like, that's the artist in me.
So tell us a little bit about what you've been doing since Friday midnight.
So
it's been a lot.
So actually Friday morning I went and I saged Pennsylvania Avenue near Upton subway station, and then I left there and I went and I saged Green Mountain 33rd, that corridor. Then we went to Poly. So Evan Serpic donated 60 T-shirts to students at Poly, and they decorated the front of their Ceasefire T-shirts. They had logos on the back. We went to an event, a resource fair over in East Baltimore, and then we went to Edmondson and Wildwood Parkway and did the rally, and then we left there and went somewhere else that I can't think about right now. I got up this morning and went to a grill. They had they were doing a community food giveaway on the west side. Left there, went and painted rocks with the babies. So they created ceasefire rocks that can be placed at the Sacred Seven rituals. And then left there and went to an urban dance where we had elders who are rooted in line dancing. That were they were teaching that there, and now I'm here with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the place to be.
And she hasn't slept yet, and now she's here at this wonderful In the Pocket event that's going on. So once we make it through this 72 hours, because we're claiming that right now, we're claiming that there's nothing that's going to pop off between now and tomorrow night. I know the next one is scheduled for Mother's Day weekend. And usually you guys were doing the ceasefire events the first weekend of the month, but this one is going to be the second weekend of the month, and you're scheduling this around Mother's Day. Talk a little bit about why you made the change.
Absolutely. So in our minds, it just made sense. So like logistically, we weren't married to the first weekends. Those just happened to be the ones that we chose. And when we figured out that we were going to do quarterly weekends, and we found out that one was going to happen in May, we were like, we absolutely have to honor mothers and fathers and families that weekend. That's what made sense to us. So Saturday, we want people to specifically create events around fathers who have lost loved ones and to support men, just men in general. And then Sunday, of course, we're going to turn up for mothers and represent for mothers all over because y'all deserve it. So yeah, that's what the May ceasefire is going to be about.
So that's all about you.
Yeah.
So, of course, after the first time you guys did the ceasefire weekend, you kicked in Baltimore Ceasefire 365. So even though we have these particular quarterly weekends that we're celebrating peace in the city, it's a 365 thing. So talk a little bit about that, and then just let everybody know how they can keep up with Lee Treese.
I don't know if people want to keep up with me because I'm not really that interesting. So Baltimore Ceasefire 365 is about sharing resources. It's about connecting communities. So when you find out, that there are people in the community who have a need, we get the information for them to help them to fill that need, and not just us, but communities. So if you hear that somebody might be facing an eviction, for example, if you have the information to help them, share that information with them. And part of that is arming yourself with the knowledge about all of the many organizations in Baltimore that are working to help to heal the ills that we experience in our community. So Ceasefire 365 is about connecting people with the resources that they need. It's about arming yourself with information so that you can share resources. And it really is about celebrating community. We call it a ceasefire every day. We have ceasefire weekends to celebrate the fact that we call ceasefires every day. And so if y'all want to find me, go to BaltimoreCeasefire.com and you can find me that way. The Facebook page is Baltimore Ceasefire, and on Instagram we're Baltimore Ceasefire also. We're on Twitter too, but we're not really popping on Twitter yet. Yeah, we're not really popping on Twitter yet, but I'm pretty sure some people might follow us on there.
So she has the record for the most Facebook Live views on a Baltimore Flavor Radio show. She had like 8 million of them on her own. But yes, you officially have that record, so we appreciate that. We're going to make sure that we bring her back before the May Baltimore Ceasefire so that we can talk about all of the wonderful things that have happened between February and May. But just know that we love you and we always support you.
Thank you.
Lee Treese! And I didn't. So we are here now with the Whartons. We have Mrs. Angela and her husband, Darnell. I was getting ready to forget that fast. They're out here at the In the Pocket event celebrating Baltimore Ceasefire weekend. Darnell, I know that you are with the matching sweatshirts and everything. I'm kind of hating right now. Talk a little bit about what the weekend means for you guys.
So well, I'll let you talk first. You gonna let me talk first? Okay. Just leave now. Right. Well, the ceasefire weekend means a lot for me because there have been a tremendous amount of murders down through the years in Baltimore City. So we have to do something to stop the murders. Just taking this step of having the Baltimore ceasefire is one step in the right direction. We are almost approaching 48 hours, almost 48 hours without one murder. That shows that when Baltimore comes together, we can reach our goal. It's time for us to stop all of the killing. I see mothers all the time that are in court, in trial, that are grieving at the loss of their sons, their daughters, whether it's their son that's being lost at the hands of, gunshots or stabbing. It doesn't matter. They lost their son. And then on the other side, there's the mother that's losing her son or daughter that's going to jail for the rest of their lives. So it cuts both ways. So I'm really proud of the Baltimore Ceasefire team for coming up with this idea to change the narrative of Baltimore City when it comes to the murders. So, great job.
I just want to say, because you made a great point, because when these murders happen, we focus on the victim. But we have to understand that there's also a parent and a family on the other side of that person that pulled that trigger or used that knife to kill somebody. And there's so much more than just those two that are involved, or however many are actually involved in that. I remember at an event last year, one woman said that she would go around and actually pray for the families of the suspects and everybody. And that's something that gets overlooked a lot because we're so focused on the murder victims. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that you mentioned that because that's very important. And I know, Dee, that you've been very intricate in the actual Baltimore ceasefire movement. So talk a little bit about that.
So expand off of what you just talked about. What we try not to do, or what we don't do, is we don't other people. And most of the time when somebody is out there committing something, they're going through something too. You know what I'm saying? And maybe something that happened to them in their past that caused them to brought them down this path. So we don't other. It's a mental issue on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So with the Baltimore ceasefire, we try to galvanize Baltimore to have life-affirming events and to grasp the peace, love, and light that we can have in Baltimore to stop this senseless killing, stop this senseless violence, and it's all type of violence. When I just talk about gun violence, we're talking about domestic violence, sexual assault violence, any type of violence, fighting. When you send fight videos to people, that's violence. You know what I'm saying? Any type of, sending bullying is violence. So any type of violence that we want to eliminate, but because we're suffering so many murders in Baltimore City, that's one thing that people can attest to. They can latch on to, like, okay, they're trying to stop the murders. So basically what we try to do is we try to also offer other alternatives for people to do. If they have resources, you need something, we want to be the community liaison between the community and a resource that somebody may need to get them to another area of their life that they want to do, instead of being out here killing somebody or victimizing somebody else, or doing something they're not supposed to be doing. It's basically Baltimore called for it, so we said, okay, we'll take the call and try to galvanize all of Baltimore. It's 615,000 people in Baltimore, and we're trying to reach every last single solitary one of them to change the air in Baltimore City.
Well, the one thing that I can say is that you have galvanized. You guys are definitely doing it. This is the third Baltimore Ceasefire weekend, and it's gone from Channel 13 and Channel 11 to now CNN and all of the national news. And they're not just coming here because there's something negative going on. They're actually reaching out because it's a positive thing. I remember in an interview last year, we were talking to my girl E1, Erica Bridgeford, and in the middle of that interview, she got a phone call from CNN talking about, we need to talk to you now. So my interview had to cease because CNN takes a little bit of a, you know what I mean? But I just love, I love the fact that somebody had to do it and that you guys stepped out and took that initial movement to get it started, and now in the third ceasefire weekend, it's just galvanized, and you can really see each and every time you guys do it, there's more and more happening. So I salute you guys, man, and I thank you. Baltimore Flavor Radio is always here for you guys, and we got to get her back on so we can talk about some books and all of that kind of stuff.
Right, yeah.
Coming, you wanna?
Well, actually, we had started our First Fridays with Phoenix. So Phoenix Ministries is the organization that we started that supports women survivors of sexual violence. And we have been having our Phoenix Ministries meetings at the Empowerment Temple, AME Church, for the past 6 years. But for 2018, we started First Fridays with Phoenix. So every first Friday of the month from 6 to 8 p.m., we are meeting at the Empowerment Temple, AME Church, with us women sexual assault survivors ages 18 and older. Now, I'm sure you all have heard and seen in the news about the Me Too movement and the Time's Up movement. And there's a lot of survivors who are being empowered by other people or other survivors who are sharing their stories. But we're also being triggered, which means that we are remembering our situations or our experiences with sexual violence. So we have our First Fridays to invite survivors to come out to get the support that they need, and to get some tips and tools on how they can heal from what they've gone through and how to move forward with their lives. So if you're interested in reaching out to us, you can go to my website, which is Angela D. Wharton, WHARTON.com. And you can get more information or follow me on all social media at Angela D. Wharton or at Angela Empowers. You can find more information about how we serve the community of sexual assault survivors there. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
I remember you talking a little bit about that when you were on our show before, so I'm glad to see that's still going. So you guys enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you guys for everything that you're doing, man. We appreciate you. All right? Thank you. And we are here now with the man, the myth, the legend, my man Bangla from the Bangladesh Project. Welcome, as always, to Baltimore Flavor Radio.
Thank you, my brother.
And tonight is the first quarter of the In the Pocket. It's been a long time, man. Where y'all been at, man?
Man, we've been marinating. We've been looking for the exact right spots to hold our venues because they're special to us. And you know, we wasn't feeling the love where they were before, so we cut all that short, you know, and catered this year to some very significant places. And basically our whole year is lined up, so we got some special stuff coming, yeah.
So we're at the Living Well tonight. Is this the permanent home, or we got some other spots jumping off later this year?
This is what you call the first stop. Woo, woo! The first stop on the In the Pocket train. I'm going to just throw something out there real quick, just to give you a little sneak preview. It's called Bolton Hill Series. Yeah.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
It's really big, man. We teaming up with my homegirl, Alexandra, and we're going to do something very special coming May 18th. And I'm going to keep the rest a secret, just going to sort of trick.
But the one thing that we will let out is that Baltimore Flavor Radio will be in the building. Absolutely.
You better be. I would expect nothing less. Anything less is uncivilized.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
No, that's right. So it's Baltimore Ceasefire weekend.
That's right.
And you've been going strong with Baltimore Ceasefire for a minute, man. You've been out there just supporting everything, and you've been out there doing the walks, and you've been out on the corners. So talk a little bit about what the Ceasefire weekend means to you.
Well, actually, this ceasefire weekend is really significant to me, and I want to make it clear. This is what I do on a daily. I mean, this is what we do, right?
Other than fishing.
Yeah, that's another community outreach project, but. This is significant for me because this is coming on the heels of the founders accepting me as an ambassador to the ceasefire organization. So I was doing it before, but now it's like super official where I'm speaking in the name of the ceasefire movement and just promoting some good stuff, trying to bring the community together and make some positive things happen. So here we are.
Congratulations, because I didn't know that you were like the official ambassador now. That's right. I mean, if you're out there doing it anyway, then they might as well give you the title. So what can we expect tonight?
Well, tonight we have some fabulous guests in the building. We had my man Ab Rock. He's our guest feature, our special guest feature. We just got some like super dope open mic features. They like superstars in their own right.
I heard A. Michelle might take the mic tonight.
I heard the same thing, and we got a track queued up for her. So, I mean, whenever she's ready to go, then yes. But we got Femi the Dry Fish stepped in the building. He signed up for the open mic. We got Shauna Devine, Aaron Smith, fabulous guitar player. We got like an all-star night for real, as usual, right?
That's what it is, man. We salute you for all the work that you're doing, man, with the Bangladesh Project. My favorite band, and I'm not just saying that because he said it's my favorite band. And what's next? Because I know that you guys stay in the studio.
Yeah.
So what's next with the music?
Well, we're trying to take advantage of this cold weather so we can have some material ready for the warmth. I don't even think we're going to make it because we have City Lights coming up. That's our next stop. Actually, we'll be doing Frozen Harbor with K-Mac on February the 16th. We're going to be teaming up with that brother, and then we'll be hitting City Lights, hopefully to lead us into Artscape. So that's on the brink also.
Shout out to my man Knoxville. That's dope. So we got to make sure that we get those dates so we can come out and support you guys as well, man. Absolutely. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you, my
know
brother.
you need to get back to the keys. Always a pleasure, man. Love you too, man. I love you too, bro. Now go catch some fish, man. Go catch.
Let me know you're. It's your boy Jay McGraw, Baltimore Flavor Radio. We in the building live at the Ceasefire second. This is like the third event, 365, which means we go all year round. We got my man, no other than Mr. Black Daddy Gang, Wombat / drummer.
That's all right now. Yeah, but it's all good. How y'all doing? Wombat 55. That's what I'm talking about.
You a mess, man. So, what brings you here besides playing the drums for everybody, man? For the cause?
I'm all about the peace. And we feel like, as fathers, that the ceasefire is very important because what it is in the community, the fathers step up. And once we step up, make the community a better place and teach these kids the right way. And as a real stand-up dude, I feel like the ceasefire is very crucial because the youth need to know that there's other options besides murder and lashing out. Find resources and build your life at a younger age. And that's what I'm all about.
Now the Black Daddy Gang, can you go a little bit more detail with it? Like, what is it for? Like, to give people an idea what Black Daddy Gang means and what it's for.
When we first started, it was a movement started by the late brother Derek Ooh Jones. He was like dudes out here talking about who got the best cars and best shoes and best clothes. He was like, who is really culturally enriching their kids. And it just became a movement. We like my baby owes everything. It was a movement to get fathers who's actually on point to stand up and say being a good father is not a bad thing. And then the ones that's not being good fathers, we was trying to be examples of how to be a better father and also show them that it's more out there than just, if you bring something into this world, it's your responsibility to take care of it. And that's what the whole movement was behind. Like, as a black man, you got so many adversaries, and as a father, you got so much going against you. And then they say the word gang, it's all of us to combine together for one common cause, which is the kids. So it's Black Daddy Gang, a term of endearment, a term of elegance, and a term of unity. BlackDaddyGang.com. We got a website. If you order, we don't have any overstock. We do all our orders custom. So if you order a blue shirt with orange stitching, give us time to make it, because we'll order, if you want a medium or large, we're not going to have a whole store full of empty shirts hoping that somebody come in and buy them. We're going to make it custom to you. You want a 3X? We'll make you a 3X. You want a medium? We'll make you a medium, and we'll have it to you within 14 days guaranteed.
Yeah. Now, you band with me, and we got a shirt coming out. You keep telling me drop it. I want you to be around when I drop it, though. So we definitely going to do that. You want to let everybody know what the name of it is?
My daddy is a mogul. He a mogul, I'm a daddy. And together we got my daddy is a mogul. And basically that's for fathers that's actually on that entrepreneurial thing, because that's even more important. First, be accountable. First, be aware. First, be present. And then once you're present, try to figure out a way to build what you have and leave something for your kids other than a loan or will or bad words and stuff like that. Leave them something that they can actually cherish. I've actually took the path to become a real estate agent recently. And my website is taryjones.mykwagent.com. And if you're interested in trying to get your first home, or if you know you want to rent on property or whatever, get at me, Tary Jones. And I can help you, because right now, my whole thing is building up the neighborhood. So all these houses that they have, they sell for $1. Man, we can scoop them up, get the work done in them, and build our own neighborhoods. Then we can be stronger, and it still builds towards being better fathers.
Most definitely, yeah. Also, you've been banned from winning any more contests on Baltimore Flavor Radio. We didn't think you was going to do the breakdancing one, though. We ain't had you doing it. Yeah. So let everybody know where they can reach you at if they want to get a Black Daddy Gang.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you can reach me, wombat55@gmail.com, and that'll link you to everything I just talked about just now. Wombat55, WOMBATT55@gmail.com. I'm everywhere. Thank you.
And the app, make sure they download the app. What's the app?
I sent them the app.
Oh, you sent that? You put the app on it?
No, the outlet.
Let everybody know the app to buy your real estate.
I'm saying, I got it. You
gotta get the app on there. We gotta get your app.
I send the information to them, and then they'll send it across. But it's KW app. I'm with Keller Williams, the #1 real estate company in America right now. KW, Wombat 55. Tary Jones, thank you.
Good, because if you buy a house, Baltimore Flavor Radio gets 50%, because we get a house off the top. This is your boy Jay McGraw signing out. Baltimore Flavor Radio. This is your boy Jay McGraw and the Ceasefire event. I got my man Ed Rock Soul is in the building with me right now.
Hey, what's good, peoples? What's good?
So you've been in the game for a minute, man. How you still manage to go on? A lot of people are like one-hit wonders these days, man.
Well, for me, the biggie is like, look, I do music that speaks to what I want to do. You know, it speaks to my soul. So music is my therapy. With that, we always going to have problems. We always got something to talk about. So as long as, I got something to talk about, I'm going to be making music.
Right. And what brings you here for the Baltimore Ceasefire event?
Well, last year when they first launched the Ceasefire, August 4th, I ended up doing a song. I mean, the event, the idea behind it, shout out to Ogun and Erica, just kind of like really touched me, on the idea of not being numb. So I ended up writing a song, recording, putting everything together in like 2-3 hours, just based on the vibe I was feeling about the whole event. It was called Ain't Yours. It was a ceasefire anthem.
Yeah, you gotta send that to me so we can put it on the radio. But also, like I said, we was on something similar years back. We was on the radio for Self-destruction. Actually was on the news. It wasn't even on the radio.
Exactly, went straight to the news. And so I think I have one thing I will say is like I like the fact that a lot of Baltimore community artists are really about stuff that's affecting the community. So like you said, we were on the self-destruction joint coming out for the ceasefire. So a lot of times, these songs that we do, they affect the people in our community because the events we come out to about issues that affect people we know. Like today, the song I dedicated to Sean and Mikey Dyer, who was the brother for another Baltimore artist, Baltimore Sun. So, it just shows you how it touches, it's just one step away from touching your community.
So give everybody your social media and how they can contact you.
Okay. So again, you can reach me on Instagram at Rock Mics. You can reach me on Facebook /Abdul Abrock. There's a Facebook page out there called Abrock. You can also get my stuff on Bandcamp /Abrock. And I got a couple of projects coming out this year. One's an instrumental album because I'm into producing now under my producer name Crown Twice called Insomnia Theater. And another one's a dope project coming out later this year called Cope. And it's really just talking about all the stuff that we deal with is in this society trying to cope. All the stresses and stuff like that. Again, what I do is I make grown folk hip hop. So not mumble rap, grown folk hip hop. Hip hop, that basically speaks to where you are right now. A lot of us are not, early 30s, mid 30s, going to late 30s, and we're dealing with real life issues. So the music, hip hop I grew up with spoke to where you was at. So that's what I try to do.
All right, man. Well, thanks for coming on, man. All right.
Give a shout out.
All right, no.
Yes, the mic is on. Hey, Michelle, and we are here, still live at the In the Pocket event, Baltimore Ceasefire Weekend Edition, and we have now the one and the only Anonymous Grooves in the building. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How's everything going? You've been rocking out tonight.
I'm worn out. It's a lot of parts and moving pieces involved. So.
There's a lot that goes into an In the Pocket event. And until you're putting on an In the Pocket event, you don't realize how much is going on. So, again, this is Baltimore Ceasefire Edition. We're about 48 hours into the ceasefire now. Talk a little bit about what the Baltimore Ceasefire means to you.
It is the seed to a movement of change. I'm grateful for them and everything they've put forth because it's cultivated so much of a movement. It's inspired other people and other organizations that have been in existence. They're all coming together like it's a link in a chain of change. And I'm thankful to be a part of it. I'm grateful that they came out and because they're busy, they got other stuff to do, and I'm just grateful to be able to be a part of it and for them to be a part of it too, and all of the great performances, all the great businesses. I just feel very blessed, and I think it's going to make a change. You see it with every event they do, every ceasefire, a change comes. So 365 is going to happen, it's going to happen,
So at this point, we had 340 plus murders last year, and we started off this year still kind of, So other than these kind of events, what do you think we need in the city to kind of just like turn things around and stop the violence, so to speak?
Well, they need to recognize that the city, I'm from the Eastern Shore, of Maryland, but I've been in Baltimore for 2 years. I got family here. I've always had love for Baltimore. And I was always told it's like a black butterfly with a white L. It means it's disparity with the people of color a lot of times. And it's not just this city, every city. And it's on purpose and it's intentional. And they oppress people, and seeds of poverty bring violence. It brings gun violence because people feel like there's no hope. They come out of a home that's broken or damaged. The neighborhoods are crap. They feel like there's no hope. In this country, we live in America. Everyone else has opportunities except for the people that are here, the people of color that built this country. I have a big problem with that. And these things kind of expose that, but now we have to put the policymakers, and there's organizations out here making policy changes for us because we have to fight this battle ourselves. So I think more people want to do it, but we have to do it, and we have to recognize the cards are not in our favor.
and we have to work the system to benefit us. I don't know how it's going to be, but it's just got to happen.
So what's going on with Anonymous, the singer? Because I know that you are not only involved with the Bangladesh project, but you have some other things going on as well.
Yes, I'm an artist, but I'm also a health advocate. I make natural body products called non-butters because a lot of lotions and things we use cause cancers. And I have friends and family that were affected by cancer, and the more I learned about it, they don't tell us. They want to wait till we get sick and then tell us don't use the shit. Excuse my French. But so I make non-butters, which is a healthy, all-natural moisturizer product. Also, I'm work with being paged. I'm also in an art group called Liberated Muse, and I'm also in a hip-hop duo. We've been on hiatus for a while, but 8 Cents, we have a group called Adermas, and I also have a nonprofit called CCRC, a Cancer Connection Resource Center, and I'm also working with my cousin. We're starting an organization called Humor Hills, where we go to rehab centers or places and uplift people. People going through a lot of things. They sit in these hospitals and these nursing homes, and they're depressed, and we want to bring some kind of humor to them because people need to laugh, So I try to do different things that ties in art and health in the community.
And you said you're part of a hip-hop duo? Does that mean you got bars?
I got teeny tiny bars. I'm mostly the singer on the hip-hop, but it's very hip-hop influence.
And with Liberated Muse, I know you guys are about to get back to doing what you do down at Hotel RL. And Baltimore Flavor Radio, we've kind of been pegged to be in those events as well, so we're looking forward to that. When do they start?
So I think, yes. I talked to Khadija. She just got so much stuff going on. She's busy too. Shout out to Khadija, Lynn, and Coley, my Liberated Muse sisters, all the sisterins. And we got an album coming up too for Liberated Muse. So we're working on that as well. So this is a lot going on, trying to balance this, and this, but I'm happy to do it. So.
Okay. Let everybody know how they can follow you on social media.
Okay, you can find me on Anonymous Grooves on Facebook. It's not spelled like the regular Anonymous. It's ANONAMAS Grooves. I also have a website called anonymousgrooves.com, and you can find me with the Bangladesh Project. That we have a website, thebangladeshproject.com, or just Google us. We're on YouTube, Facebook. You can type in Adermas, the number 8ORMAS. You'll see me there. You type in liberatedmuse.com. You'll see me there. So I'm a little bit of every place. And we also did a song in honor of Ceasefire with the Bangladesh Project. And it's basically changing the vibration of the city. Like we call it Lift Your Vibrations Higher, Ceasefire. And it was very inspiring. I was inspired by what they were doing. So was Bangla, Wombat, all of us. So we wanted to show homage to Ceasefire. So we created a song too. So I'm excited about that.
And we got it in a crop top, y'all. Thank you as always for hanging out with us, sis. We appreciate
it. Yo, look. We bring the flavor, these other stations, we even phases. We on the team and we made you back by the scene who made us. Sparking the cadence, we are the innovators. They actual on the radio, Baltimore flavor. Support the locals, the artists who in the trenches. When it's forth in the sentence, we rise, scorching pretenders. Ain't no question, ain't no testing, we manifesting this destiny. Whether we on the mic or the street, sharpening weaponry. We hands on, standing tall with the activists. We Baltimore to the core, city and back with us. Support the real, whether they pro or they amateur. Long as it's positivity, we gon' be hand in hand with them. We man to man with it, changing the climate. Uplifting people or the struggle they label defiant. Raising the youth to see the light when it's dark. To see the beauty in art. To use their brain and their heart. The speed of culture. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. The Baltimore flavor in your ear. We kicking new flavor in your ear. Every Wednesday, know you and all your friends say. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. That Baltimore flavor in your ear. We kicking new flavor in your ear. Every Wednesday you listening to the real thing.